Hi everyone, it's me Darlene with what Skylar would call floofy hair. I like that word, floofy. It's getting cold now, so I have to dry my hair, and the quickest way to do that is to just dry it with my head upside down, and it comes out like this. I'm here unsure of whether or not I should even talk about this, but I'm going to. I'm just going to. Because I would like people to just maybe get an understanding, or a better understanding, or even a little tiny possible bit of understanding how other people are. Because I think maybe, I don't even want to say most, but many people think that how they think and feel, do things, say things, is what others would do too. And there's a lot of fucked up people in this world who would not do those things that way. Okay? I do want to start out by saying I'm in no way upset with the people who said the nice things that bothered me. Because I am intelligent enough to know that, like Derek said in the video I did with him, it's all good intentions. And no one would be able to read a comment and say, about the ones that I'm going to talk about, no one could read that and say, yeah, but she didn't know that ruined her fucking day. Because there's no way it can be taken as anything but incredibly good intentions and kindness and even love, you know? I have comments turned off for a reason, and I always say it's not just the bad comments that bother me. It's the good ones. In fact, bad comments, believe it or not, do not bother me because I'm used to that. I've had a whole lifetime filled with hurtful comments from my very own mother. I grew up with it. I'm almost immune to that at this point. That doesn't bother me. Comments about my appearance or my content, whatever. It just goes right over my head. But there are other kinds of comments that can make me spiral down into a deep, dark hole, and that's what happened. That's what was happening to me yesterday, and that was a Sunday. Today is a Monday. I'm already doing much better, and I think part of it is because I wanted to just talk about this. So let me tell you the comments, and you're going to think I'm nuts, and you're going to say, she's just fucked up, or she's just hateful. You can think whatever you want. There are some people out there who will get it, and I don't know, maybe just by talking about it, maybe those who get it won't feel like such an alien for being upset over these things. I am not saying this to try to stop people from saying nice things to others. Most people will appreciate that. But I do like to say that what you say and what you feel may not be the same for the person receiving that on the other end. And just don't be shocked if somebody ever tells you, just stop saying that to me. Okay. Derek did a bass cover on Saturday night. Before that, we did a video together. There was lots of, laughter in there. A little bit before that, I did a video reading dating site messages. A lot of laughter in that one. I was laughing. It felt good. And then Derek and I did a video together that felt good. And then Derek did his bass cover and it felt good. But what started happening is the comments were saying things like, so glad to see you smile. The horror. Happy you're feeling better. Yay, things are looking up for you. Things like that. That crushed me. It crushed me. I could barely function yesterday. That was Saturday night is when he did his bass cover, and I know there was some in those comments, but It's not just there. People find ways to contact me, and it crushed me. And this is the only explanation that I can possibly have for that. I'm suddenly under great pressure to continue to act that way. And when I say act, some of it is acting. It's not like I'm faking it, but I'm certainly putting myself on camera saying, ooh, I think I might be able to be funny right now. So I'm going to do a video so people can have a fun, uplifting, some fun, uplifting content, right? It doesn't really mean that I'm 100% in the mood to do that, or that I'm by any means healed from the pain and trauma that I suffer on a daily basis, right? There's little bits and pieces where I can feel really good, but that's not, something that I can uphold all the time. So it puts great pressure on me when I hear people say things like, oh, so happy to see you feeling better. You don't know if I'm feeling better. I might feel like absolute shit in that moment, which is why I feel the need to do something uplifting to make myself laugh. Laughter and swearing are my two survival modes. If I'm laughing, it usually means I really have to. I'm going to save myself by doing that. But sometimes it's too hard to even do that. If you notice, and swearing, that just always makes me feel better. People like to take that away from me too, or try to make me feel bad about that. It's like, what the fuck, people? But if you notice, I had a crying video. I was really, really down and out. And I knew I would start to feel better if I just put it out there. And I did. And then I had a laughter video shortly after. And that's because I was so low that now I needed the opposite of that. I needed to be this high. And I was. When I was laughing, reading those dating messages, absolutely how I really felt in that moment. But it's a moment. And it doesn't mean that I'm cured or healed, or that my 62 years of trauma is over. Because it's not. I've only recently been away from the trauma. There's not enough time in the rest of my life to fully heal from that. I just know. You can't erase 62 years in what? Maybe I have a good 20 more years? I don't know. Will I still be making videos at age 82? I don't know. I'm going to do the best that I can for as long as I have. But, it's a process, and I need time to get through all this. So back to hearing things like, oh, glad you're feeling better. It puts pressure on me, thinking, this is what they want. This is what they want all the time. So I'm going to have to continue to do this. And then it depresses me because I can't do it. Or I start to think, was I a fake? Am I coming across as a fake? Because I can feel like shit and still laugh, So it just makes me just spiral out of control, and I get very, very depressed. And there's no way you can explain that to someone and have it make sense. And don't expect anyone to change the things they say to people. I know it is 100% good intentions. And for a normal person, that would feel so reassuring that there are people out there who I know legit care and legit even think they love me. I know that. I know because I have content creators out there that I feel like that about, that I look forward to their ASMR videos and it helps me so much. But I'm so trained to not say things because I know how I can take things. I don't just assume that what I want to tell someone is what they want to hear or need to hear. It's very weird, but it tore me up. It absolutely tore me up. And I need to work on this. I know why it happens, because anytime my mother said something good, it was always followed at some point. It could be in the next moment. The next words out of her mouth could be putting me down, or it could be the next day, the next week, whatever. The good things didn't last. A compliment didn't last. Oh, you look so nice, but, you know, it would have been better had you worn those shoes instead of those ugly things. You know, stuff like that. It was just, so I think it's, you know, it's obviously a trigger for me when I hear these things online, and that's where I have to make the choice. I have 3 choices. Never be online. I don't want that choice. Be online and allow it all to come in and just feel like shit all the time or try to work my way through it. No, I don't need that. The third choice, which is what I have been doing for the most part of my 8-year YouTube career, is to minimize the ability for people to say anything to me. And on my channel, my social media, I have pretty much gotten that under control to an extent. But on Derek's channel and Derek's group, people can leave comments. And I had stayed away from his group for a while because it was just becoming too much. And now I thought I'd dip back in, and I want to stay dipped in. I really do. I don't want to take away things that other people like because I can't handle, you know, the social aspect of this fucking gig. I want to continue to like the base covers because it took the joy away from me for that. Like one of the first comments saying, "I'm glad you're feeling better," or something like that, or "Darlene, I'm sure, is dancing." I was like, I'm never going to be able to watch another base cover again. And I was like, because I'm like one end to this end. You know what I mean? It's like, it just really turns quick for me. And I try to tell myself, give it a day or two, you know, just don't say anything yet. Here I am already saying things. But don't, you know, don't make any decisions. Don't say stuff to myself like I'm never going to be able to watch a base cover again, because I may find the joy for that again. But I was really thinking I might not. So I think that by me making this video, I will be able to love it again. And I'm not going to ask people not to say those things. I can't. That's just ridiculous. People are going to do what they want to do. I would like people to know, though, that there are many people out there like me who won't take things a certain way because for whatever reason, they're groomed not to. You know, it might be something that you think is an awesome thing to say, and it might be very painful for the other person. And if you have somebody in your life that seems to poo-poo things that you say, ask them about it. You know, is it okay if I say this kind of thing to you? Does it bother you in any way? You know, I don't know. Just get to know people, especially if they're in your life. So there's that. Now, the one thing I am going to ask you to stop doing is to stop contacting Derek about me. I've asked that before. That's just not cool. In Derek's video, and you'll notice the video that I did together, it's not his video, it's on my channel. The video we did together, you know, it's all just going along smoothly. And then he started talking something about comments, and I thought he was talking about the comments that you guys left about base covers. And I even like laughed a little bit. Somewhere around the 19.5-minute mark, 19:30, maybe a little bit before that, you'll see the moment that it sinks into me that he's talking about comments that people leave about me. And you can see my mood change a little bit. I died inside. I died inside in that moment, and it was hard to get through the rest of that video. I'm glad he brought it up. And we never mentioned anything about it after that video. Absolutely did not talk about it. I didn't ask him what kind of comments, what they were saying, people's names. I especially don't want to know the names because some of these people could be my patrons and YouTube members. And I want to be able to see their name when they order and not be like, oh, she's the one that said this. And am I upset? Am I mad? I understand. It's hard to be upset and mad when I understand what people are trying to do. And I know not everyone has heard me say repeatedly, especially in the past, you know, don't comment about me. Don't go through Derek to somehow get to me. He's got his own gig going on. You know, if you want to say something to Derek, say something to Derek. Don't make him feel responsible for me. And he does not tell me these things. Do I know it happens? Yes, because that's why when I put a video out where I'm crying, I will text him, call him, whatever. Just giving you a warning in case people start getting in touch with you. No need to worry, because if I'm able to do a video like that, that means I'm in survival mode and nobody has to worry about me, you know? And even if you did have to worry about me, just let me be, you know? It's like, I don't know. I just don't understand that. And it, you know, it's sad for him, I'm sure. I didn't ask him, but I'm sure it's sad for him to get emails and messages from people about me, especially if people are saying things like, your mother's a fucking asshole, or, you know, so I would really appreciate it if people don't contact Derek. You know, it's just, it's not his job to take care of me at all. And he's not going to in that way. He'll take care of me when I ask him for help. Absolutely, he has my back as I have his. We both have Skylar's back. So nobody has to worry about that. And so I would appreciate it if you know, just don't bother him with all this stuff. He's busy. He's a busy guy. Have you noticed? We're both workaholics as a way to survive. That's all there is to it. Now I'm worried about how this video is going to come across. I don't know. These are the things that I feel so good about getting off my chest, but then I know there's so many people that are insulted right now or just think I'm whacked and that I don't appreciate. It's hard to appreciate kindness when it has always turned bad after. And I do mean always, because narcissistic behavior never stops. I would just like to be able to be myself with you guys, you know, and say what I want. And I don't know, it's just, it's so hard to explain. It's so hard to say these things and have people understand what I'm talking about and how I feel, because there are people who don't feel that way. There are people who love nice things, but I'm so used to kindness turning into a shit show always, because with a narcissistic mother it always turns bad, always, because it never stops. Narcissism doesn't stop. And I should have left years ago. Looking back, that's what I should have done, but I didn't. So this is what I'm dealing with right now. And it's going to take some time for me to work through this. And I think I mentioned before that I found someone new to watch, what is it, Childhood Fairy Godmother or Trauma Fairy God? I don't know. I don't know why I don't know her name, but it's about, you know, a lot of things, not just narcissism. And it's very different than what other therapists have ever told me. It's about really trying to work in the moment now. Now, my moment is very fresh and new. There's a period after you are away from trauma that you do have to think about it and process it. But then there comes a time that now you just have to try really hard to live in the moment. And I really wholeheartedly believe in that. But I've never had my therapists, you know, talk about that. It's always about trying to heal the past, working with the past, and fuck the past. It's over. I know I have a lot of processing to do, and I can't control my brain when horrific things pop up. And I've been remembering things that I really almost had kind of buried, just traumatic, scary things. And it's like, no one wonder I'm fucked up. No wonder I am fucked up. And it blows my mind what especially children endure and survive, and even love their abuser, idolize their abuser. It's really messed up. It really is. And so I can't get away from the past because it comes flooding in at moments every day. I mean, every day. But I'm going to try to focus more, though, in the now. Like, what can I do right now to feel better? I'm taking walks anytime my mind starts to go to the dark places. And I don't mean dark places like I want to kill myself. I wouldn't even know how to go about that and do it right. I would end up being like in a vegetative state and just be a pain in the ass to other people. I don't want anybody cleaning up any messes if I decide to do it a messy way. That's not happening. I've always said I wish I was dead, and yeah, so, you know, maybe that will happen for me sooner than later. I don't want that for Derek either. See, now I'm laughing. I'm laughing over stuff that other people might think is dark. Yeah, I'm used to darkness, so that's how I get through, and I laugh about it. But I'm talking about when my mind just starts going to the memories, the childhood memories, the adulthood memories, the alcoholic memories, all those memories, the being a really shitty-ass mother memories. Myself, to Derek, you're not a good mother when you're a teenage alcoholic and you don't stop until you're like 39, I think I was. And when you're absent because you're out drinking, and when your last dollar isn't going to buy him an ice cream cone because I need to get a beer or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Very selfish when you're a drunk. Very selfish. I was very selfish. So he has a lot of stuff to deal with too, and he does, and we talk about all those things. But anyway, I'm so tired right now. This is my therapy session right here. I always say that. So what was the point? Yeah, I'll take a walk to try to get my mind off things, and sometimes the walks are incredibly painful because sometimes I'll think about things more. I did better in the pool of just trying to relax, but you know, again, I did a lot of crying in the swimming pool too. I have to remember that. Derek even went by one time and texted me, "So were you crying in the pool?" Yes, I was. And you know, it's like he gets it. It's my way of processing. But I want to continue to tell myself that I can put out videos like this, and I wish I could turn off the comment button across the board, or that I could, you know, find a way that no one would ever contact Derek, you know, and say things to him. It's not because I'm hiding things from him. He knows everything. Does he watch my videos? No, he doesn't. But I tell him all this stuff all the time. So there's no secrets between me and Derek. I mean, seriously, none. No. And he can tell me anything about me, about his childhood. I will always validate every single thing he says, even if I have zero memory of it, because I can't remember everything. When you're drunk, you don't remember everything. And so I feel good right now because I got this all off my chest, but I am petrified at uploading this. Honestly, I am petrified because it's so personal. And I mean it when I say, I don't know any of you. I mean, I know a few people who are actual people that I've known in my life, but I really have no connection with anyone outside of my life anymore. I mean, outside of my home life. Most friends I dropped a while back, and, it's just, I have no interest, and that's the other thing. I think for me to live in the moment, the best thing I could have done was move away from Sanford, Maine, where all those memories are and all those chances of running into people. Again, a little bit bad about that because I feel like I'm so away from home, but home wasn't a happy place for me. And the friendships I had were all while I was a drunk, so I didn't always make the best choices, or I wasn't a good friend. I mean, that's very easy to say. So I would like to just have that on the back shelf somewhere and do things like go to the library where I sit with women who know absolutely nothing about me, about my history, about my mother, about my YouTube channel. They know nothing. So when I say it's a very safe place, it is. And that's why I will go there and do things like make shrinky dinks. I mean, I'm in a safe place. It has nothing to do with the crafts. It's just a way for me to be around other human beings and feel completely safe. And if someone doesn't talk to me when I attempt to say something, I don't take that personally. Because there's no history in the room, I can feel out that person and say, she probably has issues like me, and that's it. I don't take things personally at all with complete strangers. Okay? I gotta stop talking. All right, you guys, thank you for listening. Bye.